If you don't have the time or the space for a whole huge garden, containers are definitely the way to go. But there are some tricks in growing really great plants and flowers in pots. Emily Swihart from the Illinois Extension Service is here with expert tips, and you brought in some great examples, Emily. I love them.
Well, I had to. You gave me a hard time about the tree last time.
What?
So,
when did I do that?
I mean, it's okay.
Because she brought, okay. So Emily was here for Arbor Day, and she brought a tree that was a big stick in a pot. A stick! And she said, well, it's a tree.
It will become much more than that.
Yes.
Today.
When I'm dead, it'll be a tree. In a few years. I don't know. Who knows when that'll happen. Anyway, these are alive and living, looking gorgeous.
Yes. They are, yes. No, container gardening is a really great seasonal way to garden. So you don't have to wait for the tree to grow large containers.
You have to wait 20 years,
You don't have to wait 20 years. No,
yeah.
Instant gratification.
Okay, yes.
It's also really easy input. Like it's a way to begin gardening or begin growing without the commitment of the yard.
And it's portable.
Yeah.
I mean, and like with this one, and you can use stuff you already have. We're looking at this one right now with the, I love the purple,
Coleus.
the Coleus, yes.
Yep.
And there are different colors of the Coleus, aren't
Yep.
they? And these are very deep. I see you kind of did a purple theme over here in general, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's part of the fun of container gardening is that you can like design and style however you want. So if you like the monochromatic look, you can use your purples, and you've got a variety of different textures and shades that you can use. To design it. I like pink personally, so I've got the pink over here.
Yeah, you got the pink one, and I liked how you mixed it. I think sometimes people feel a little intimidated by that. They think, what flowers and plants play well together?
Yeah, and I think they're overthinking it, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. So that's the fun of container gardening, is that you are just committed to it for 1 year also, generally.
Yeah.
You can grow perennials in containers, but generally speaking, we're treating them as annuals.
What are these?
This is Celosia, is what that's called.
Those are so
Isn't that
cool.
neat?
I mean, it looks like, I don't know, I can't even describe it, like a
Yeah.
little bottle brush or something like that. And so I see you mixed in, some other plants with it to kind of give it an extra texture.
Yep. Design-wise, if people are looking for design tips, and so you can decide whatever kind of color scheme you want to go with, textures in the leaves, but a good starting point would be to have a thriller. So this plant is going to grow taller. You will have a filler, so that's what our celosia is. It'll fill in the middle ground, and then you got your spillers with these variegated sweet potato vines.
Thriller.
So it'll like
Thriller.
filler
Filler.
and spiller.
Yeah. Yeah. Say all that
forget,
3
let us
times
know.
fast. And then, okay, what about soil? We gotta know what to put in the pot.
So in a container, which is going to have good drainage, once you have your container figured out, you need to have good drainage in it, so holes in the bottom. You put potting mix in there. Do not just go dig soil out of the yard. It won't have the structure to support the plants and support
potting mix.
Yep.
Do you have like this happens to be Miracle Grow, but can you go generic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. There's a lot of different mixes, a lot of different options, and so but potting mix. There's also mixes that are for like cactus. If you want to start grow cactus,
That is really an in thing, isn't it? Cactus and succulents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's very handy. You just go pick out the mix that you need, and you take it home and get going.
And then you need to know though if your particular plants, like as we look at these other ones, if they need a lot of sun or if they prefer shade.
Yep, they're still plants, and so you need to accommodate all of their requirements. So sun or shade would be one of the considerations. How big they're going to get, right? So we have different sized containers here, and so I overplant. That's just what I do.
Like we're showing the big one on the floor there.
Yeah.
And that has geranium. What else is in there?
Yep, this is a catmint, and then there's an alyssum that'll trail over the side. For the white.
And then there's a lot of room for them to grow. And so even through the fall, you've got something that hopefully still looks sharp, right?
Yep.
So Emily, where do you think is a good resource where we could go if we wanted to look up, what does Coleus look good with? What do you think?
Yeah, so the University of Illinois has a website dedicated to container gardening.
Good.
So that's a good place to start. There's also a ton of ideas online. You can look at any of the social media sites. People are really excited about gardening still.
Yeah.
And so they're sharing their pictures and ideas.
Yeah.
Or just go to a garden center and walk around and see what catches your eye.
One that catches my eye right now is that little curlicue thing.
Yep.
What, you grab him.
Yeah.
Because I think that is so cool. What in the world is that?
It's called twisted grass. That is definitely a thriller in the container.
So again, the thriller goes in the middle. Kind of as a centerpiece that might get big and showy.
If you like the symmetrical look, you can play with the designs, but having that multi-layer look gives it a lot of interest, a lot of different textures, and that little guy is super interesting in and of himself.
He's really cool.
You don't have to do that mix, though. You were mentioning the Coleus. Like, you can do just a singular planting.
Just do one.
And it'll be full and beautiful. the container itself can be part of the design. And
It
so,
sure can,
yeah.
and you can use like we were saying, reused ones, or that one's a neat one, which I love.
These
the color.
are edibles. These
What?
are thyme and parsley.
Did you say? Oh,
Edible.
I thought the container was edible. It's like, I'm not understanding this. Okay, these
They're
are
herbs.
They're
Herbs
herbs.
in
That's
the-
an
in the-
herb garden. See
yeah.
it and snip them off, make a little salad.
Yeah. So.
Emily, these are great ideas. It looks beautiful. Thank you for bringing more than a stick.
My pleasure.
Did so well. The Illinois Extension Service, as Emily said, is a great resource because, you know, that's where she's from and she's an expert. So we appreciate you, Emily. You did nice. Thank you.
Yep.